testimonies. It is my time, it is my season. All around us, testimonies. And because the Lord is my shepherd, I shall never want. Every day, testimonies. Everywhere, testimonies. See the word is working, and I'm so full of praise. In the morning, testimonies. And in the evening, testimonies. Now I tell the story of how I overcame. I testify. I testify. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Ruth Midundo. Today I'm going to share a testimony with you on how God took care of me when I got stuck in China. Things were not so easy over there, as you all know. You saw the videos, how we were on the streets, how it was miserable, how I was suffering. God took care of me, and I'm going to share with you my testimony today, how the Lord sent me 4 angels to take care of me the time I got stuck in China. When Corona started in Africa, everyone was like, Ruth, how did you do it? How did you manage? How did you survive? Everybody wanted to know on how I survived. And I could tell everyone that God took care of me. God was taking care of me. And this is how God was taking care of me. God sent me 4 different angels from nowhere. They are the people whom I didn't know. In the past, I helped so many people. I really helped so many people. The time I went to South Sudan, I took so many friends over there. I took family members over there. I was helping them. I took care of them. I could pay their transport from here to South Sudan, stay with somebody, give her a job, give her a good life. But what were they doing? They never appreciated me. They never appreciated me. They could even come back to Kenya without me knowing. When they reach home, all they could do was to spoil my name, lie about me. I used to cry a lot. I used to cry. I was asking God like why. And I could show like this time when I go back to Kenya, I cannot carry anybody and bring. And imagine I was finding myself just helping, like it's me. It's what the Lord has put in me. Yes. You know, God cannot come himself. God will use someone like me and you to help. Yes. I'm not saying that he doesn't have that power to come, but he has to have a messenger. He should have someone down here to be helping me to do his work. So you cannot succeed without someone holding your hands. Someone have to hold your hands for you to succeed. Someone must teach you how to fish for you to know how to fish. So this how I was helping people. I could carry them, pay their visas, host them, take care of them, look for them a job, make sure they're stable and happy. But later, people could just turn their backs on me. People could turn against me. They could even gang together and fight me. They could come back to Kenya and lie against me. I used to cry a lot. I used to cry for God. I used to ask myself, why me? Why me? What did I do? What did I do? Am I not doing this to please you, my Lord? I was just trying to follow the footsteps of my dad at the same time. My father was a very generous person. My father helped so many people. I couldn't imagine that my father was buried like a dog. The way my father helped so many people. If you'd come to my father's house here in Nairobi, my father's house could be full. Not only relatives or his children, just friends. He could take care of everyone, give them jobs, do everything. He could take care of everybody. But I never saw even one day someone coming and say, oh, John Midundo helped me. Let me take care of his child. Let me help his child. I never saw. So for me, I was saying that I am here to represent my father at the same time. I'm doing what he left behind, unfinished. He left unfinished business. So I was just trying to be like him. On my side also, I was born like that, to help. Like the way I grew up with problems, suffering. I know what poverty is. I know what it feels like when you don't have anything, when you don't have someone to help. So I never wanted to see someone suffer. Until now, I don't like seeing someone suffer. So I used to help so many people. I'm sorry to talk about it. I don't like talking about it. The Bible is teaching us that when the right hand feeds the left one, should not let the other one know. It is God who is going to put it public. It's God who is going to expose. God is going to show that this one helped this one. So I'm just saying this because I'm sharing my testimony, and my testimony must begin from there. So when I went to China in 2019, when I got stuck in China, the Lord took care of me, a good care of me. First, it started, and we didn't know that it's something that was going to be very serious. And then later, the airport was closed everywhere. We got stuck. There is nothing we could have done. I remember I was in another city called Lanzhou in northern China. I was sent away by my landlord that I should leave. They don't want foreigners, especially blacks, as you saw. So I was sent, and the only way for me to stay, I was to travel back to Guangzhou. And when I went to the train station, there was no train. There was no train, direct train. The trains were also closed. The train stations were closed. There was only way from Lanzhou to Chengdu, and then from Chengdu to Guangzhou. I traveled for 48 hours to Guangzhou. You can imagine how tired I was. When I reached Guangzhou, I could not be allowed to enter where I used to stay. I used to stay in one of my brother's houses. This brother is from my home. I'm calling him my brother because we were the only Luos over there. So I used to stay in his house whenever I could go to that Guangzhou, because that was not my city. The guy had left to Kenya. He was stuck here in Kenya. When I reached to Guangzhou, I was not allowed to enter his house because I didn't have the house registration. So I was not allowed to enter. At the same time, I didn't know this thing was very serious. You are not supposed to say you are from another city to this city. There were things that have carried corona to Guangzhou. So I was not allowed to enter. I was so stranded. I didn't know where I was going. Remember, I didn't sleep for 8 hours, for 48 hours. I was hungry. I was feeling tired. And I was dirty. I went to a certain hotel called Fuyang. I met someone. I just saw a guy standing. You know, us foreigners, us blacks, we love each other. When we're in China, we just love each other. We are brothers and sisters. So I went to one guy. I saw him standing over there. Not knowing that this was one of the angels, I went to him and I requested him to please help me with a place to take shower, just to take shower, because I knew he was staying there. So he told me, my room is here, take the key, go take shower and come out like you asked me. Then I said okay. When I reached to the reception, they refused me to enter. He was asked like, who is this? Where is she coming from? We cannot allow her to enter. I was so stranded, my people. I started crying. I was not crying because I was just crying because I just feel like taking shower and sleep. I didn't care about food. I was just so tired. So the guy told me that, sister, you can just come later. Maybe they will allow. Give me your number. I will call you later. Maybe she will change the shift. The guy was Togolese. He was from Togo. So we exchanged the numbers. So then later, I thank God, I found a way to enter, and I entered. I took shower and slept. I disappeared. At 12 midnight, the guy was calling me that, are you okay, sister? Are you okay? I don't know about you. My heart just tell me that you have a problem and I need to help. I feel like fire is burning in my heart. I just feel so much pain. I don't know why. I don't know you, you don't know me, but I just feel like I need to help you. And I say, thank you, my brother, I'm sorted. Please, let me go back to sleep. We talk tomorrow. The next day, this person was sending me a message. Sister, are you okay? Have you eaten? Is everything okay? So the funny thing with that place, it was easy to come out. But to enter back the compound was not easy. So he was calling me that, please come and get something to eat. I know you are tired, you are hungry, maybe your brother is not there. It's true. I was very broke. I was hungry. I had nothing. But when I think of how I will enter back, I was refusing to go out. I was telling him that, no, I'm just okay, let me stay. So I stayed inside for 3 days. After the third day, I had to go out because what was I going to eat? At the same time, I need to change my visa. I need to apply for my visa. And when applying for the visa, you have to sleep in a hotel. To get that hotel registration, because you are a business person, you need to be staying in a hotel. So I had to do that. This guy was paying for my hotel. He paid for my hotel. The guy gave me 500 yuan. The guy was making sure that I was just okay. He was just like, I don't know, my heart is just telling me that I need to help you. That's the first angel. So from there, we stayed for a while. There was a neighbor from Mali, and he was lame. Yeah. So I remember approaching him that, brother, don't worry. If you need anything, I can help you. You need to buy food, you need to do anything from outside, I can help you do it. So don't hesitate not to call me. This was the second angel. Not knowing that he was the second angel, he said, okay, sister, no problem. So the guy could call me, come, I send you, come and go and buy me food, come and do this. So there was a time I remember he asked me that, can you cook? I said, yeah, I can cook. And I cooked and I served him. And from there, the guy was giving me money to be buying our food, and we could stock food because we didn't have, for me, I didn't even have a job, and I was in that city, you know. You can imagine how I was surviving. So from there, the other guy could also send me messages every day like, have you eaten? Are you okay? And imagine, he could tell me that, send me your code. There is a WeChat. There is an app called WeChat in China. It's operating like M-Pesa. So he could tell me, send me your code, I send you something to eat. He could be sending me 50, sometimes 100. And this Mali guy also was making sure that we have enough stock of food. And when I was in this house now, a friend was also there. She came from Tanzania. We were now staying, 2 girls, and we could help this lame guy. There is a day this guy gave me $100 and told me, send this to your baby. I overheard you talking to your baby. Send this one to your baby or pay your house. So this house we are staying is supposed to be paid. Remember, I don't have a job. I have nothing. My house in China, where I'm staying, I'm supposed to pay. I'm supposed to survive. My house back home is supposed to be paid. My daughter, I'm supposed to be sending her money every month. The person who is taking care of her is supposed to receive like 10,000 or more. Yeah. So this Mali guy was the second angel. He was taking care of me and he was saying the same thing. I want to help you too much. They don't speak fluent English. My sister, I want to help you too much. I don't know. My heart tell me I need to help you too much. And I could just smile, and in my heart I was just saying, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. This is your doing. This is your work. From there, we were chased. That time, the time you saw us on the streets, I remember my landlady sent me a message and told me that tomorrow I want to see you outside my house. So I thought that maybe it's because of rent. We didn't finish paying because we paid a little. And I was begging her, saying, please, madam, let us stay. I'm going to finish paying soon. And she said it's not about the money, it's about our government. The government does not want us to stay, to host blacks. You have to move out of my house. If you don't move out of my house by tomorrow, I'm going to call the police. It was around 3 a.m. So I was afraid to sleep again. Yeah, I was afraid to sleep again. And that's how we moved out. So when we moved out, we had to leave our neighbor there. The good thing with our neighbor, he was having a residence of China. He's married to a Chinese, so for him it was just okay. So for me, I was to move out with the other Tanzanian family. We have to move out, and we left. So when we left, we found so many people on the streets. Yeah, people were chased. We were just on the streets. But these two men never left me. They could send me messages every day. They could ask me, have you eaten? Are you okay? You know? And they could send me money. There was a time we could escape, like maybe do something. So there is a friend of mine who was barbing hair. He was a Congolese. He was barbing hair. And I told him that when you're going to hide there to barb someone's hair, I'm going to introduce myself and tell them that I can do massage. I can massage someone's head. And when I do massage, I can be paid only 20 yuan. So at least when I get this 20 yuan, it will help me somewhere, you know. Remember, you have to survive because you don't have a job. There is lockdown. There is nothing. There is no airport. You can't go. You can't move out. You can't go back to your country. You're on the streets. You have nothing to do. And then he said, okay, fine, yes. So I just sat over there and I had to call my daughter. And when I called my daughter was like, Mommy, when are you coming? I was begging her, telling her, Mommy, don't cry. I will come soon, you know. Yes, Mommy is coming soon. Don't worry. And for me, when I was on the phone, concentrating, talking to my daughter, there was a guy that this Congolese was barbing his hair. The guy was from Senegal. And he could hear me talking to my daughter, and I was also crying, shedding tears, you know. Yeah, I was so emotional. And after I finished, I approached him and I told him, sir, I'm sorry. We can just do something extra after the barbing. I can clean your head and I can do massage on your head, and I can only get 20 yuan. And he said, okay, fine, sure, just go ahead. And I did. And when I was done, he told me that, okay, let us go to the car, you bring money for this guy and I give you your 20. And then I said, okay, fine. And I went and he gave me the guy's money and he told me, take this money first to the guy and come back. My people, when I went back to him, the guy gave me 600 yuan. 600 yuan is 10,000 Kenyan shillings. And from there, he told me the same thing. My sister, I am sorry. Take this money, send to your baby. I overheard you talking to your daughter, and I felt so sorry, and I feel very sorry for you. See the way you are struggling. Imagine you are saying, you are talking of massaging someone's head. What is that? I said, there is no work. I am a hairdresser, I make hair, but now there are no people. There is lockdown. People don't move around. So I have to find a way to survive, yeah. So it's okay, even if I get that 20, it's okay. He told me, take this money, send to your daughter, give me your WeChat. And we exchanged the WeChat. Do you know that this same person also could also send me the same message in the morning when I wake up? Ruth, good morning, sister. How are you? Are you okay? Have you eaten? Is everything fine? How is your daughter? You know, imagine they were speaking the same language. That is the third angel. These people are still holding my hands. They could send me money like every day. 50 yuan, 100 yuan. The fourth angel was now like later. I met him. He was a pastor. He's from Congo. He knew this Baba guy. So when we met, because of the same thing, he was saying that he have a problem, he needs someone to do ABCD for him, like in his office. And I said, okay, I can do the cleaning, there's no problem. And I went. When I went to him, he gave me 200 yuan. I was not expecting that. After giving me the 200 yuan, he told me the same thing, like, give me your WeChat. And I gave him the WeChat. And from there, now, from the street, we were held by the police by force, in forced quarantine, and we had to part ways with each other. So imagine we were stuck, like we were like prisoners. We were not allowed to go out. We parted ways, but imagine, guys, these people are still doing the same thing. I was just receiving money. Imagine, I was just receiving money every day, like 150 yuan every day. 100 yuan is 1,000, was those days 1,600 Kenya shillings. So I could raise this money up to 600 yuan, then I would send to my daughter. Raising 600 yuan, sending to my house. Even though it's not enough, at least they will see that, oh, she has sent 10,000. Still raising this money because I also need to survive. So later when we were released, when Nigerian people brought problems and we were released, we thank God for them. They helped us. Yeah, we could hear funny stories. Nigerians were beating Chinese in their country and they had to release us and apologize and ABCD. So when we were released, at least I had something to start with, you know. So from there is when we took a house and rented. We were 5 people. I was the only girl. There was this Congolese, the Baba, there was some other Congolese and one Kenyan. We were staying 5 people in one house. And we just stayed. In the month of June, I remember, in the month of June was now the 8th month without working. 8th month. And God was just taking care of me. When that time reached, I remember where I was working, my Chinese boss sent me a message that you can come back. It is now okay. That was the month of June 2020. And I said, fine. And I went. Immediately I went, these people disappeared. Then they stopped sending me money. They could communicate once in a while, but they stopped communicating. Like the Togolese, the first angel from Togo. When he was now leaving to his country, he went for business and he got stuck. Then later, at least the flight came and he wanted to pay me a flight and go back to Kenya. And I said, no, just go for me. I don't want to go back to Kenya right now. Because remember, you are there. You are the mom and the dad at the same time. When I come back home, how was I going to survive with my daughter? So I refused for him to pay for my ticket. And he gave me $300 and told me that when you are ready to go to Kenya, I will pay your flight. Because I don't want you to stay here and you're suffering too much. So these people, they stopped communicating. And when I went and I got something to do. So from there, I could manage to do ABCD, you know, I could come back, buy goods, send back home, take care of my daughter. Yes, even though it wasn't too much, but at least I had something to do. And the time I was suffering, I could remind God of everything that I've done. I could cry and remind God, remember the time of Sudan. Remember what I did for this person. Remember how your children are living because of me. Remember how I changed people's lives. Remember this and that, this and that, this and that. I could just be bothering God all the time. And when you bother God so much, He listens to you and He answers your prayers. And from then, I saw like I was shown that this is how I'm paying you back for what you did in the past. They never appreciated you. You helped so many people. They never appreciated you in any way. They could throw words at you, look down on you, spoil your names, lie about you. But now, in the land of China where I brought you, I have to pay you back. And that's how God paid me back. I'm sharing this kind of testimony to anyone out there who is seeing that God is not answering prayers, or that you are helping someone because you want the person to help you back. In Kiswahili we say, tenda wema nenda zako. Just do your things. Just do it without asking for a reward. Your reward is in heaven. And God will pay you in any way. God will not pay you through money. God will not pay you through a car or a house. God will reward you by giving you life. Of course, He will reward you by giving you life for you to be helping so many people out there. Since then, I had stopped crying. I'd stopped complaining. And I thank Almighty God for that. So for those who are asking, how are you surviving? How did you do? This is how I did it. This is how God took care of me. I couldn't believe it myself. You can imagine you are stuck in China. You don't have a job. You have a house back home. You have a daughter to take care of. You have to take care of yourself over there. And you have nothing. You can imagine. I saw so many people are suffering. So many people are suffering. So many people on the streets. Someone is walking, does not even have power because there's no food. But on my side, I would say thank you. Thank you, Almighty God, for taking care of me. Even the person who was taking care of my daughter was wondering, like, how is she surviving all that? How is she doing it? This is how I was doing it. This is how God was taking care of me. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my story. Thank you. We still have more and more and more testimony. I'll keep on sharing my testimony on how God took care of me in China, and even the time I came back to Kenya, how God brought me back home. That's a story for another day. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share and comment, and God bless you. Thank you very much.